Ladies and gentlemen, seekers of greatness, soldiers of destiny, I say unto you today with a voice echoing through the halls of time itself, you can work your own miracles. This is not fantasy. This is not idle hope. This is the truth that has elevated men and women from the darkest depths of despair to the radiant pinnacles of success. This is the law of the mind, the power of belief, and the alchemy of faith. You, yes, you, are standing at the very gate of your greatness, and I am here to remind you, you hold the key. Now listen to me, and listen well. There is a secret power within you, a sleeping genius that waits, not for permission, but for decision. The moment you say, I will, the moment you say, no more excuses, no more doubt, the heavens move, and the very fabric of reality begins to bend to your will. Miracles, you see, are not reserved for prophets or saints. No, they are the natural birthright of any individual bold enough to believe in a definite purpose backed by burning desire. When you mix that desire with faith, not mere hope, but faith, you activate a spiritual chemistry that sets in motion invisible forces, forces that obey the commands of a mind that refuses to be denied. Let me ask you, what is it that you want? What is it that your soul burns for when the world is silent and your heart does the talking? Is it success? Then claim it. Is it healing? Then speak life into your body. Is it love? Then become love. Is it freedom? Then break your chains. You must understand, the moment you align your thoughts, your words, and your actions with a single-minded focus, you become a channel through which the infinite expresses itself. The world may call it a miracle, but you will know it as the inevitable result of faith fused with action. Every great man, from Edison to Ford, from Carnegie to Lincoln, every soul that ever climbed from obscurity to immortality, first performed the miracle within. They worked their own miracles because they understood this eternal truth. Whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. The captain heard the words of the saint's wisdom. I need your faith. I need your hope. Whether with my next breath I create the world. Burn those words into your heart. Now, I won't lie to you. The path is not easy. There will be critics. There will be nights of loneliness, days of doubt, and moments when the mountain seems too high. But I tell you, climb anyway. You were not born to crawl in the dust of mediocrity. You were not made to bow before fear. You were created with the breath of the Creator, and inside you is a force greater than any obstacle. Whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. This timeless truth is not a slogan. It is a spiritual law, a fundamental principle of success, and the very bedrock upon which greatness is built. The mind, when directed with clarity, focus, and faith, becomes the most powerful force known to man. It is not bound by physical limitations. It is not confined to the present. It is capable of reaching into the unseen, shaping reality through thought, and bringing into existence that which once lived only in imagination. To conceive is to create in the mind. It begins with an idea, a vision that may seem absurd, impossible, or wildly ambitious to others. Yet every invention, every monument, every empire began with a single thought held in the mind of a single individual who dared to imagine something beyond the visible. The airplane was once fantasy. The light bulb, the telephone, the internet, all impossibilities until someone conceived them. Those who achieve miracles are those who give themselves permission to dream and believe that what they envision is not only possible, it is destined. But conception alone is not enough. Every mind can imagine. Daydreamers conceive ideas all the time. The difference between those who wish and those who achieve lies in the power of belief. Belief is the fuel. Belief is the force that transforms a thought into action and action into results. To believe is to know in your heart, beyond all doubt, that what you have conceived is already yours in spirit. You no longer hope it will happen, you know it must. This belief must be so strong that it overrides fear, criticism, and failure, because make no mistake, every dream worth having will be tested. There will be resistance. There will be moments when everything in the world seems to say you cannot. And it is in those moments that belief becomes the miracle worker. When the mind is saturated with faith, no amount of rejection, delay, or difficulty can stop the process. The mind, properly trained and disciplined to believe, becomes immune to temporary defeat. You must begin to live as though the thing you desire is already real. Speak it, walk in it, make decisions based on it. This is not delusion, this is creation. You are impressing your subconscious mind with an unshakable image, and the subconscious, through ways unseen, begins to draw people, circumstances, and opportunities to match that belief. What you expect with confidence, you attract with precision. Now consider the opposite. A man who conceives but does not believe, what is he left with? A fantasy, a wish without power, a dream forever locked behind the prison bars of doubt. Without belief, the mind does not act with courage. Without belief, failure seems final, and fear becomes the loudest voice in the room. But with belief, deep, burning, unwavering belief, you become unstoppable. You ignite a fire that cannot be extinguished by the storms of life. History is the story of men and women who believed in the impossible, who held a vision so vividly in their minds that the world was forced to reshape itself in response. Your mind holds that same power. The only difference between you and the giants of industry, the leaders of nations, the inventors of wonder, is the depth of belief. So let your mind conceive freely. Do not censor your imagination. Let it stretch into the realm of greatness. And then, with relentless faith, believe in that vision so completely that the universe has no choice but to make it real. Faith fused with definite purpose unlocks miracle-working power. This principle stands at the core of every major triumph known to mankind. When faith, the unwavering belief in unseen possibilities, is joined with a definite, burning purpose, the human soul taps into a source of power that defies logic, challenges odds, and transforms circumstances. It is not merely motivation or positive thinking. It is spiritual dynamite, capable of tearing down walls of fear and building bridges to dreams that once seemed unreachable. Faith by itself is potent. It is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not yet seen. It does not rely on external evidence. It creates evidence. It is the invisible force that allows a man to walk forward even when the path is unclear, even when others scoff, and even when results are delayed. But faith alone, without direction, can become scattered. Like the wind, full of energy, yet lacking structure. It needs a target. It needs a mission. That is where definite purpose comes in. Definite purpose is the compass of the soul. It is a clear, specific goal, a vision of what must be, rooted not in wishful thinking, but in absolute resolve. It is more than a desire. It is a commitment. A definite purpose provides faith with something to attach to, something to work toward. It channels energy, focuses thought, and inspires persistence. When a man or woman decides with full conviction what they want, not vaguely but specifically, they send a signal into the very fabric of the universe. When this clear purpose is ignited by deep emotional faith, a transformation takes place within. The mind begins to operate differently. The subconscious becomes a servant to the purpose, constantly seeking ways to bring it into reality. Obstacles that once seemed immovable begin to shrink. Doubts that used to dominate the mind begin to fade. This is not imagination. It is the law of the mind responding to intention and belief. Think of the great inventors, the pioneers, the world changers. None of them succeeded by accident. They had a burning desire, crystallized into a definite purpose, and then backed that purpose with unwavering faith. Thomas Edison did not hope the light bulb would work. He believed it would, and no amount of failure could shake that belief. Henry Ford did not merely want to build automobiles. He was determined to do so, and he believed so deeply in his vision that he challenged everything society told him was possible. The union of faith and definite purpose generates persistence, and persistence is the mark of those who perform what others call miracles. Because what we call miracles are often just the results of unseen forces responding to a mind that refuses to surrender. When your purpose is definite, every step you take has meaning. When your faith is strong, every obstacle becomes fuel. You become emotionally, mentally, and spiritually committed to the outcome. And that commitment draws resources, people, ideas, and momentum into your life. It is a mistake to wait for all conditions to be perfect before acting. Conditions will rarely be ideal, but when you move with faith toward a definite purpose, life meets you halfway. Providence moves. Doors open. Synchronicities appear. The power you are tapping into is not your own alone. It is the infinite intelligence that surrounds us, and it responds most powerfully to those who know exactly what they want and believe, without hesitation, that they will achieve it. This is the miracle working power available to every human being, not reserved for the chosen few, but accessible to all who dare to define their purpose and believe in it with every fiber of their being. The miracle is not external, it lies within you. This is a truth so profound, so deeply empowering, that once understood and accepted, it has the potential to reshape your entire life. From the time we are young, we are conditioned to look outside ourselves for solutions, for validation, for strength. We're taught that someone else holds the answers, that success depends on external luck, on timing, on circumstances beyond our control. But this is a grand deception. The real power, the source of all achievement, healing, transformation, and greatness, has always been within. You were born with it. Before the world told you what you could and could not do, before the doubts were planted in your mind, before fear wrapped itself around your heart, you knew it. As a child, you believed you could fly, conquer, create. That was the voice of the miracle inside you. It's still there, waiting, buried perhaps beneath layers of failure, disappointment, and false beliefs, but alive, waiting for you to awaken it again. The miracle within you is your power to choose, to think, to believe, to act. It is your imagination, your will, your ability to hold a vision in your mind and bring it into reality. You are not a machine controlled by the world. You are a creator, endowed with the same intelligence that created stars and oceans. When you stop waiting for the world to change and instead begin changing from within, you begin to realize just how powerful you truly are. No external event can define your destiny unless you allow it. Circumstances can challenge you, but they cannot break you unless you consent. The miracle is not in the economy. It is not in your background. It is not in the approval of others. It is in the fire that lives inside your soul, the voice that says, there is more for you. You were made for something greater. And when you listen to that voice, not the voice of fear, not the voice of limitation, but the voice of purpose and possibility, you begin to live from the inside out. You begin to understand that greatness is not something you chase. It is something you release. The world does not give it to you. You give it to the world. When you align your thoughts with your inner truth, when you believe in yourself despite the odds, when you act boldly in the direction of your dreams, you activate the miracle within. Suddenly you see things differently. Opportunities appear where before you saw none. Strength arises when you once felt weak. You begin to attract the right people, resources, and moments because your energy has changed. You are no longer waiting. You are becoming. This shift from external dependency to internal authority is the greatest miracle of all. It is the rebirth of your true self, the self that knows no limits, the self that refuses to bow to mediocrity, the self that believes with such intensity that the universe bends to match it. You must stop looking to others to rescue you. Stop blaming the past. Stop waiting for a sign. You are the sign. You are the answer you've been seeking. Your mind is the workshop of miracles. Your heart is the fuel. Your will is the force. The same power that created worlds was placed within you, not to be admired, but to be used, to dream, to build, to rise. The day you decide to stop searching outside and start trusting within, you take back your power.